34 American lives were lost today. Mothers and fathers, sons and daughters.
And they all had one thing in common. They were removed from the transplant waiting list because they were too sick to get one. A startup at Purdue's Research Park in West Lafayette has invented a method to rescue donated kidneys that didn't make it to their recipient on time. Business of Health reporter Kylie Veleta tells us how the technology is now saving lives.
Thanks, Gary. Here at the Purdue Research Park, a startup called 34 Lives is rescuing kidneys every day that would otherwise be discarded. They're now being transplanted into patients, many of them Hoosiers, getting a new lease on life.
Greenwood resident Sylvia Miles had been waiting 5 years for a kidney. She remembers the phone call from 34 Lives that changed her life.
So I was like, oh, thank you, Jesus. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm telling you, you have no idea how I felt that day. She told me that as well. And I was like, oh my God, thank you, Jesus. I'm just praying and everything.
She's one of 13 Hoosiers with a new kidney made possible by 34 Lives, a reference to the 34 people each day removed from the transplant waiting list because they got too sick or died waiting. More than 8,000 kidneys are discarded every year. One of the main reasons? Time. A kidney can only be out of the body for 20 hours before it's deemed unusable.
Those kidneys were recovered for transplant. So the intent was to transplant these kidneys. So what we're doing is we're honoring the gift. We're ensuring that this kidney gets one last chance to get, placed and to save a life.
34 Lives has invented a process that reconditions the kidney, basically hitting the reset button on the clock, giving it an extra 24 hours to get to the recipient.
What we do is when we get the kidney here, we put it on one of our pumps. It's like a little life support machine, and we can use it to warm the kidney back up to body temperature. When it's warm, it starts working just like it was still inside the body. It's almost like we trick it.
21 people, most of them Hoosiers, now have kidneys from 34 Lives, implanted by IU Health transplant surgeon Dr. William Goggins.
Every single one of them has worked perfectly. The patients who are getting these kidneys are leaving the hospital sooner, and I don't think anybody expected that, including us.
And just days ago, a huge boost. The federal government awarding the startup a $44 million grant to scale its operation to save more patients.
It's the life. That is what grounds us. Every day we get a call, we take that as a call that we've never had before, and we've got to fight for that patient.
And one of its most powerful weapons, the Purdue Airport, just minutes away, saving precious time for kidneys coming in and taking off.
Right now, we can go wheels up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and there's no disruption. And we've got planes coming in all night.
Plus, 34 Lives sends the kidneys to the recipient using a high-tech cooler.
You can't put that on a commercial airplane because it has the lithium batteries. So you need the charter jets to fly in and out of here.
A runway to potentially saving thousands, just like Sylvia.
I'll tell you, that phone call that Dr. Goggins gave me was like life-changing for me. And I can't thank him and the 34 Lives enough for giving me that phone call.
The $44 million is the largest dose of funding yet for 34 Lives. In fact, it's 10 times bigger than its previous record. Gary, back to you.